Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's Marvin speaking. We're just going to go over to some messages that I received yesterday, and I think if they're pretty important, I generally read them out, and especially if they're crucial to this Jay Slater case in resolving it. So one of the messages I received, it said Brad definitely knows something. Excuse that I'll have to change some of the messaging because some of the spelling's not great. And this person went on to say he's supposed to be Jay's best friends, but no pictures on social media of him and Jay. Brad never cried at the funeral once. I saw Jay's brother, who was in tears and obviously very emotional. And this person went on to say this is homicide and a big cover-up. And obviously the picture that True Crime 1111 put up, that it may have been Brad's picture, sort of reflection in the sort of mirror part of the glasses of him looking at Jay. Whether he was alive or not, it doesn't make sense. But I believe what happened to Jay happened not long after the nightclub. But there's so many points that people are looking at in this case, because the people that set him up have put these scenarios in, one to try to fool the public and make out that he was still alive at that time. So someone else has said, did Tom Hilton use his brother's passport? They look very much alike. That is a massive, massive possibility that he could have done. And believe me, he could have passed, talking about Tom Hilton, Evil Exists is back online. That's Tom Hilton, Jay Slater's update today. So I'll have a look at that a bit later. It's just popped up. But that is very, very interesting. So people, let me know, do you think, did Tom Hilton use his brother's passport? They look very much alike. I think his brother was out there too. And they've got like the same sort of hairstyle as well, and I think they do look very, very much alike. Someone went on to say they could have spiked, this is what I've said, where Jay couldn't really look after himself. They could have spiked his drink with so much that he could have passed away, and that maybe he was fighting for his life on the beach knowing what they did to him. They could have spiked Jay so he didn't know what was going on, and after it took effect, he probably did know what was going on. That's very, very true. Who needs friends like them? Poor lad. He might have made wrong choices at one point in his life, but he still didn't deserve this. What about all the others? That was at court with him. Are they going to kill them as well? We'll have to see. But I just think there was a little bit more going on than just what happened in those years ago with Tom Hilton and Jay's friends, or people he knew beating on him, and Jay was there supposedly egging them on. Someone else said, this is interesting, Ayep and Rocky were both involved in driving Jay to the marina and putting Jay on board. Well, I don't want to say the name, but I think these two people obviously have been, let's just say, trying to close down accounts. Chartered boat, and the CTV to the white vehicle was Ayep's Kubra estate. Everything after that was a diversion. Next, they popped in to Potter's Papers Cafe for a plan, hence Ayep's story involving a can of drink at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, visited Lucy's parents' house to get the infamous red bed throw, drove to the Airbnb, staging shots of Tom Hilton on the way and not Jay, producing the photographs, standing on blocks with the sun rising over the three monkeys, then simply asking the mayor with some BS, downplayed, brushed off excuses and a fistful of cash, without Ophelia expecting to be confronted and have to lie. Maybe that's a good point. Maybe Ophelia, I mean, she's old school, you can say that. Maybe she was made to lie and felt embarrassed when obviously Jay's dad and brother showed up asking for questions. Maybe she can face in knowing what happened that it's all a lie. So that could, that is a credible story, I think. And people have said Ophelia may not have been involved, but embarrassed because she had to lie. Or maybe she actually did think that was actually Jay walking up, but someone had told her, look, that wasn't Jay, here's some money, keep your mouth shut. Having accepted the narrative to satisfy his lust for money, but without a full realization, hence Ophelia's offensive, standoffish and cold behaviour towards Jay's dad Warren and his brother Zach, Ophelia had never realised that she would be confronted and was horrified by the realisation of what she was doing. I don't think she was guilty. I don't think so. But I think she did later know what happened, probably through her brother, who's affiliated with AOP. So they used Jay's telephone to hack his Instagram and stage relevant photographs over time, and the online detectives was drafted and lured in the wrong direction, and the rest will be history. God help us, R.I.P. Maybe, like I said, the detective knew a little bit more than what was letting on, but maybe he knew the narrative but actually didn't want to say it to incriminate himself. That is interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Someone went on to say it looks like these two propel in the background, one with a cap and the other above him with the cap. I don't really get that. Here's another one about a spike. These are, look, people, these are really coming up a lot. I think the setup included Jay being spiked in the club, made him more vulnerable to start. As for MWT, the private detective, and knives, I'm not convinced. Jay was at the Airbnb, conscious in the first place to leave with knives, unless he escaped. Later was hunted down again. I don't think so. I don't think he was actually alive at the Airbnb. I just don't think so. I think what happened at the beach and was staged after that. And like I said, maybe like the boat comes into action after the beach incident. This is very, very interesting, people. Please listen careful to this. This was about the reflection of the glasses. This is interesting what people have said here. You're looking at this picture all wrong. It is a mirror image, a picture of opposites. The guy in the sunglasses ain't Jay. We know that now. We do think it's Tom. And the reflection of the person in the picture is looking down at Jay. Looking down at Jay through a framed glass window with a blue word at the top of the glass. The stairs at the back has 4 steps also. Is this a boat? I mean, this could be a boat. This is a picture of Jay in a freezer, and people are looking in at him and took the picture, which people have misunderstood. Wow. I'm going to read that back again. You're looking at this picture all wrong. It's a mirror image, a picture of opposites. The guy in the sunglasses ain't Jay. We know that, obviously. And the reflection of the person in the picture is looking down at Jay. That's what it seemed like to me. And then he went to say, looking down at Jay through a framed glass window with a blue word at the top of the glass. The stairs at the back has 4 steps also. It's strange. It is really strange. I'm wondering whether it was a boat now. It's odd. People, let me know whether you think this was a boat or a flat. Or, like I said, boats have, you know, rooms to sleep in. Some of them do at the end of the day, like, which look like apartments. So this person goes on to say, this is a picture of Jay in a freezer, and people are looking at him, and took the picture, which people have misunderstood. Wow. Wow. Tell me what you think, people, because this is very, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment. Thank you.